Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it. Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
This is amazing. I never expected to fly business class. Thank you for this incredible upgrade.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Oh, I muted my mic. Hey, good morning. Sorry about that. I didn't realize my mic was muted. How are you doing? How to ATC? All right, perfect. We're going to go ahead and turn battery on. We're going to ensure electric hydraulic pumps are off. Battery voltage is good. Gears down, 3 green. We'll go ahead and get ground power on. Position light will come on. ACARs are auto initialize. And then we should be on to the safety checks. Let me just ensure.
Until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Perfect. Yep, position light is good. So now we're gonna check the circuit breakers. So, rose. Cool. All right, perfect. And because we have the air conditioning unit, packs are off, and circuit breakers right, and the circuit breakers to the left are both all in and checked. Nice. And in real life or in the sim? Perfect. Flight deck door, or sorry, manual gear extension door is closed and gear pins are on board. Perfect. Emergency equipment escape ropes 1 and 2 are on board. We have the smoke goggles or fume hoods 1 and 2 are on board. Fire extinguisher, the pressure is normal and what we're expecting. Looks good. Pilot life vests are 1 and 2 on board. Headsets, microphones, we do have all 3 checked. Oxygen masks 1, 2. Nice, man. 3. Nice on a Max 9. I've never flown on a Max 9, but I want to one day. They're awesome planes. Crash axe is on board. Yes. And protective PBE is on board. I do have my checklist and the pilot baggage is stowed. Perfect. FO has just arrived on board, so we're going to go ahead and turn on the wheel well lights, hydraulic pumps, and the forward and aft pumps. Good. And center pumps can come on since I will be in the cockpit monitoring. It is good. Perfect. So, attention device. Perfect.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Alright.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Coming down. Since we do have a jump seater, we'll go ahead and fix his audio panel for him. Engines. Reverse lights are off. Engine control lights are not off. Both guarded. Passenger is switch guarded. And crew oxygen just above 16. Yeah. Do you do it for work or for... Okay, test it good. We'll leave that for just a minute.
Fuel truck
And we can turn them off now. Valve is checked.
Please don't load aircraft
Good.
until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Everything is looking normal. Battery voltage is checked. Right, for first flight of the day. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Good. We're going to turn trim air off. Packs off. And position and strobe is on steady. Good. Recall is checked. We're going to go ahead and set the minimum. So the elevation at San Diego runway 27 is 15. So we'll be accelerating 815 feet today. $815 is set. Am I on the VATSIM network? I am. Cool. And the weather in San Diego right now, winds are 00. 10 miles visibility, few clouds at 1,900. Temperature is 24, dew point 17, altimeter 299.7. Set. I'll move across the MCP. Nice. That's awesome. That is really cool. Alright. Clear to 230. 275. Checked. We're gonna go flight director. 1, 2 on. And the right side of EFIS is connected. Checked. Looks good. Up here. I think so. I definitely think so. Actually, I have the 737-700. I just don't fly it a lot. I don't know why. I just don't really like the plane. It's not. I mean, it's used by United, but it's not the biggest one. I prefer the 737-900 personally. It's my favorite of the three, but I think they're all pretty good. Go ahead. 297 set, and we leave that alone. Move over to FO side. I would get the 800 first, just because there is more versatility with it. You get the freighter and the Boeing business jet. 1818 and 1992. Perfect. FO. Yeah. I agree, cockpit scenes. It's just the 737-700 in the game. It feels, I know it definitely feels different in real life, but it just feels off, and I don't know how to explain it. But it's good. It's just it doesn't feel. It feels. I know the plane is completely different. It just feels off in the sim. That makes sense. But personally, I just like I like the bigger jets too, like the 900 and the 800. Because personally, I would have to say the 737-900 is my favorite out of the NG family. I personally like the 900 the most. But, you know, it's all up to the person. I mean, really, you can get whatever plane you want. Alright, we are 737-800. Engine rating is 26K. Our Iraq is valid. We are at KSAN. San Diego, we are going to Bush. KSAN, KIAH, Austin, 250, 78, and 130, 5.6, and 25.1 is all looking good. Gosh. Alright, so I'm not crazy for saying the 900 ER is one of the most enjoyable. Now, I do want to ask you, cockpit scenes, does United use the external fuel tanks, auxiliary fuel tanks for their 900 ERs? They do, right? I just got confused by my sim because I was trying to find it in the manual. I haven't been able to find it yet, but my sim, they say they have it realistic, even though they kind of not always do. They don't always do for the company that makes liveries for the planes. And they said United doesn't use external tanks, and I was curious if they do or do not. They do? Okay, I thought so. I mean, that's the whole point to the 900 ER. We're taking the Driller 5 to 26 right. And we are the diesel transition. And we are taking the RNAV Yankee 26 right. Position scalar. Good. San Diego is at 25 nautical mile ring. Okay, refueling truck is just left.
Boarding requested.
Block fuel. Was planning on 25, but we shall see. Reserves, as we said, are going to be 5.6. Cost index today, kind of high, 78. Cruising at 350. Cruise winds today will be 124 at 11. be flap 5s. CG is valid. I have to check that again because you're messing with my weights. Yeah. Alright, winds are 0. We have a runway slope of 0.01. Perfect. We'll go ahead and run the takeoff calculations. Performance tool, runway ID, we're taking off 27. Wax on, anti-ice not needed rating. Yeah. Oh. Oh, there we go. I was just about to say, what? This should be fine. Yeah. Lap 25? Jesus. How did they load me like that? What? Oh my gosh. 81%. Cockpit scenes, can I take off with flap 25? I usually let them load me because I thought they usually did a decent job. Or oh yeah, 100%. Any plane you see in the sim that costs less than 40 bucks is usually a scam. I didn't think so. I know the limit is typically flap 15. Alright, then I'm gonna have to play a little bit with this weight load. Yeah. I agree, how to ATC. I didn't think so. I mean, because that's insane, that amount of flaps. Yeah, I know I can use... Flap 15 is really the max you can go to, right? That's fine. Then let's take about... Let's take 329 and... the aft, and then we'll take about 95 people instead. Should make me light enough to where get out of here. It's lost almost 9,000 pounds. Not too bad. CG is pretty valid. There we go. Flap 5, take up 38. The D rate. And they're saying 138, 139, 147. Oh, we do have a new ATIS. Winds are 29 at 3. 2909 is still valid. And 138, 139, 147. Same values. That's checked. Good. Vina. Armed. Route data. West winds. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Captain Sims planes. I don't think they're the greatest. But I don't hate them because they're very valid and they've never claimed to make study level planes. So nothing to hate on them for. They're completely valid what they do. Alright, speed brake is up and down D10 over the FO side. Flaps are up 0 and idle reverse. Perfect. Coming back over. Parking brake set. Cut off. Fire test. Check. Squibs. Squib test complete. Move down to here. And I will set my radios in just 1 second. That's what it was. If I did get him back, I gotta be 8. Well, hold on. Pre-flight checklist, it says keep them on. Carpet scene, I'm sorry to ask so many questions, but after the FO would come back from a walk around, would you turn off the electric pumps? Because I left them on, but I was just thinking about it, I turned them on. I know it says in the pre-flight checklist keep them on, so would you leave them on? Or to have them on when you do the pre-flight checklist? Would you just keep them on? Or... yeah, that is definitely the biggest problem. We do it 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Decibel niner.
Coach
Coach can hold me.
Ray November 6939, got you cleared outside. Copy. Ready to copy for number 6939. Remember, sorry, it's kind of 6939, cleared out of the San Diego Cloud Tower airspace on approach line, V10, making it for 3000. Watch 16 with 2.05 and squawk 2433. Number 6939,
alright, perfect. Frequencies are set. We're going to go ahead and tune the return back to San Diego.
Skyhawk 6939, read back correct, call for taxi.
Perfect. Moving down. That's good. Come over here. Cargo fire test. Checked. We cannot test the weather radar in this aircraft. Gas test.
TCAS test. Pass.
Good. And is it... yeah. I do have to change my frequency. Hey, Aviation Geek, how are you? Alright, we're squawking 7754. And rudder and aileron trim are both. I'll leave those alone. I know in real life you guys do test them, but in the sim it is very hard to get them lined up again. Alright, see ya. Have a good one, man. And 1.5.
Ground American
Turn.
1644, ready for taxi. American 6844, ready to send taxi via Bravo. 27 via Bravo, 1644.
Yeah, we'll leave that on standby.
American 1644, altimeter 2997, by the way. Roger, 297 and the altimeter 1644.
Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
So today we're United 1478. Perfect. That is set, looking good. Just the ground test. Not test the weather radar. And I'll go ahead and test.
Number 619, ready for taxi. November 69er 39er and Limburg Ground, hello, squawk 2433. 2433.
Right, let's go ahead and get the air conditioning removed. So we are going to go release the air conditioning. And we will go ahead and go forward. If you will come on.
Or 69er 39er, verify squawking normal. Number 69er 39er, squawking 2433. Or 69er 39er, are you sure you have your transponder on? I don't show you squawking anything right now. Number 69er 39er, yeah, it says on right here. Or 69er 39er, yep, just came on. Oh, Roger, yeah, sorry about that. Or 69er 39er, runway 27, give way to the American A320 on Bravo, taxi to your Bravo.
Alright, and PAX 1 and 2.
Taxi to your Bravo, runway 27, give way
Monitor,
to
board cabin.
November 69er.
Looking good. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get ground power released. So for the taxi out today. Alright, perfect. We are taking off from runway 27. Looking good. Yes. Before taxi out today, taxi B. Info. We can plan on pushing to the left. We'll take Bravo, go all the way down to Bravo 1 at 27. We're going to use as much, we're going to keep as much of the runway as we can. We are not going through any hotspots, but we do have to keep in mind this construction, so we're not going to have thrust up too high. Good. Already showed you guys the departure. We are looking valid with that. And we'll go ahead and choose. Clear route today will be Izu 3 to IPL, then Juliet 2 to JBN, Juliet 50 to Tango Foxtrot Delta, then direct Sierra Oscar, then Juliet 183 to Papa Echo Quebec, then to direct Diesel. And passenger boarding has just been completed. Just checked. So for the procedure, the runway stop procedure, runway 27 is 9,401 feet long. We have a displaced threshold at both ends of the Alright, so in case of an engine out today, or anything that we cannot take up into the air, anything before 80 knots will come to a stop. Anything after 80 knots, unless it's critical to flight, we will come to a stop on, we'll just take it up in the air, and we'll climb 25 nautical miles and hold, and then if it is not emergent, it would be preferable to go back to LAX, but if it is emergent, we can go ahead and return back to San Diego, but we will be landing runway 09er, and we will be landing with a slight tailwind. In case we do decide to come to stop today, I will manually pull back the thrust levers. I will apply manually pull back the thrust levers and disconnect the auto throttle. Apply max manual braking to ensure RTO is working, and then that's fine. Sorry. And then I will apply max reverse thrust, and once we come to a stop, I'll set the parking brake and cut off the engines and we'll run through the checklist. If we do decide to reject, I will call out 185.65. Really? Huh. That's awesome. I like San Diego because the approach is pretty fun. I can't wait to fly there though with United. Alright, I will call out 185.65 and runway distance remaining. And then once we come to a stop, I will help you run the checklist and I will confirm that the speed brake has been pulled down. Thank you very much. And are you ready? I'm ready. I don't see very many threats, and we're looking good. Alright. Flight attendants, cross check doors for departure. Alright, okay, passenger briefing. Push right. Right. And flip the rocker switch. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. My name is Braden. We'd like to welcome you aboard United 1478 non-stop service from San Diego to Bush. Flight time today would be 2 hours 49 minutes. We'll be cruising at 35,000 feet. We are going to get out of here about 15 minutes late, but we will try to make that back up in the air. Thank you very much for flying with United, and we hope you enjoy your flight. Alright, perfect. So let's go ahead and flight checklist in just a second. Going to do final scan. Looking good. Fuel pumps will come on. We do have fuel in center tanks. Center pumps on as well. Looks good. Anti-collision light will come on. I'm just going to pull back the jetway. Alright, pre-flight checklist. Flight attendants pilot briefing is done. Flight deck windows left and right are both locked. I need the shades up. Right shades down. Oxygen we checked 100%. IRS selectors are nav and align. Hydraulic systems are on. Pressurization is set to auto. 35,000 and 100 is set. Low control panel is 147, 275, and 25,000. Perfect. Altimeter is 29907, set 1, 2, 3 times, and minimums 815, 815. Checked. Speed brake lever is in the down detent. Parking brake is set and engaged. And start levers are in the cutoff position. Transponder is on standby, and logbook and ETOPS gear pins are on board. This is non-ETOPS flight. Perfect. Before pushback, seatbelt signs are on. Fuel pumps 25.2. Aft and forward and center pumps are on. Doors, my doors are closed and ready to call for pushback clearance. I have to turn on alt off reporting for VATSIM rules. We're United 1478. San Diego ground United 1478 requesting push and start.
Unit 3278, face east onto Bravo, altimeter 2987.
Face east onto Bravo, and we have Papa United 1478. Alright, come to ground, ready for push start. Right
ground, Delta 2 and 2. Delta 2 and 2, low ground.
Alright, parking brake set.
Delta 2 with information, Delta 2 and 2 with information, Quebec, request clearance via PDC available.
So now I wonder, can I turn on the terrain radar while I'm sitting at the gate? I mean, I can always do a taxi out, but I know you cannot turn on the weather radar because it is not good for the ground personnel. It's not desirable for them to be hit constantly with, what is it that they use? Not radio waves, but I know it's a radar of some sort. I just wonder what kind of light they use.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Good. Everything is checked. Looking normal.
Locking gear.
We see our biggest worry right now is this system has been kind of confusing. It's been dissipating and then regaining momentum, but The bush path says it's going to be fine. It looks like we do have some scattered showers. It's Judith. We're probably just going to go around that just a wee bit. Alright, nose. Push back to the right, please.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Starting engines. Right, start 2. Turning 2. Oil pressure. Alright, we have a good start. Alright, starting 1. It's not exactly pushback on the Bravo, but
Set parking brakes.
one brake set.
Unlocking gear.
Oil pressure. Adding fuel 1. Yeah. Well, I have an add-on I purchased that would allow me to do that, but the problem is my system can't handle it, right? And it's not really the most realistic ever, and it kind of just made me mad. But I do wish they had something where it was like a real FO.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Alright, we have 2 good starts.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Alright, looking good. RTO, set 5. That is definitely the hardest thing though about the sim flying, is trying to run the checklist and fly. I mean, in real life, you're not doing checklists while you're taxiing out. That's your FO's duty. He's the one running those checklists. Alright. Flight controls. Pull down. Up. Right. Pull. Right. Pull left. Alright, perfect. Recall is checked. Flap 5, trim 4.83 is set. Perfect. Generators 1, 2 on. Probeats on. Anti-ice not needed. Isolation valve. Sorry. Recall is checked. Auto brake RTO. Flap 5 is set. And FMC is set. FMC is set. And reference speeds are 138, 139, 147.
Delta 212, ready for pushback.
That is
Be advised
checked.
we can only push straight back.
And trim, we have
Delta
4.83, 0, and 0.
Oh god. I mean, I got a United that's got to be straight behind you, but
Alright, and flight
that's
control
a
check.
lot moving here, so push starts question. Brake United 1478, Lumbergrounds.
Yes, sir. Ready up. You want us to taxi?
Yeah, please, you got like a belt that could be on here at 3 o'clock, so I better descend taxi via Bravo.
Perfect. Taxi via Bravo. Thank you. We just got done with the checklist. Starting taxi, United 1478. Alright, clear left, clear right.
Yeah, it'll teach you, yeah, whatever is behind you is going to be clear, so yeah, go ahead.
Alright, Delta 212, it looks like we got enough room. We'll start the pushback.
Clear left, clear right. was good timing. Yeah, it was definitely a little bit hard to, especially on approach and after takeoff. That's the two hardest checklists for myself, just myself personally, to do, because I don't have an infinite number of hands to switch on. Alright, traffic, rain, traffic, data, and then I want airport, traffic, and we'll go ahead, TCAS, TARA, traffic, TA only, checked. Go ahead, we'll wait for the strobe light just a minute. Yeah, they actually have to go, I think a lot of the ATC guys have to go through a, almost kind of like a course to do it online here. They're pretty good. The problem is a lot of people that fly on VATSIM don't really take it too seriously, or like to goof around, and it really pisses off the controllers.
92%, yeah, at least gotta be your own question.
Right, and weather radar on.
Roger, call taxi 6792. United 1470, contact laboratory 18-3 on safe flight. See ya.
18-3, see ya! 18. New frequency I didn't see before. Alright, perfect. Right frequency, right? Yeah. What happened? Oh. Oops. We'll go back to 121.5.
Ground Delta 212 coming out of the apron, ready for taxi.
And
Roger that. Delta 212, road 27 taxi via Bravo, information Quebec, Scarn.
Alright, we'll taxi via Bravo. We have Quebec, Delta 212.
San Diego Tower, United 1478, with you on taxiway Bravo.
United 1478, Lumberg Tower, hello.
Alright.
Lumberg Tower, United 1831 Heavy on the RNAV runway.
The call is
1831, Lumberg Tower, hello, wind 280 at 3, runway 27. You're about 10 miles in trail of a company on final, runway 27, quarter line.
We've got the traffic in 27 Cloud Line, United 1831 Heavy.
Starlink 27 Whiskey, extend your downwind, I'll call your base.
Extend downwind,
my favorite controllers. Wow. He is quite close for that traffic pattern.
Starlink 27 Whiskey, traffic 11 o'clock, 8 miles, a United,
Does not
heavy United,
appear to be that 3 mile separation.
report him in sight.
Traffic select only 27
Buzzing us. My favorite is the Newark.
Traffic alert. Starlink 27 Whiskey, you're descending pretty close into the approach path there. Turn left immediately. I advise you turn left immediately.
Apologies, you have a sending left right.
United 1831 traffic off to your 1 o'clock, about 4 miles. A Cessna 172 at just about 2,000. Report him in sight.
We're looking for the traffic unit. Actually, we've got the traffic in sight, United 1831 Heavy.
Wow, he's going quite far down the runway there. Man. He's not going to go around? That's quite... bit of a short runway to be floating that long. Who knows?
Starlink 27 Whiskey, turn base now.
Turn base, Starlink 27 Whiskey.
United 555, contact ground 123.9, or good day.
123.9, United 555, good day.
128.5. like we have. Looks like we're third to land. There's this guy. There he is.
Skylink 27 Whiskey, you have the field in sight. Starlink 27 Whiskey, wind 280 at 3. You are about 5 miles in caution wake turbulence, 5 miles in trail of a heavy United 777 on final runway 27 clear to land.
27 clear to land and caution to wake turbulence.
United operates 777s out of here. Is that the Cessna? That thing's gonna get killed.
Tower Delta 2 and 2 taxiing up behind the United on Bravo.
United 212, Delta 212, Lumber Tower, hello.
Oh, coming in a little low. Easy there, cowboy. Nice one. Pretty good. Pretty good.
United 1831 heavy, left one able.
Last one able, United 1831 heavy.
Now we got, I think this may be the Cessna coming in. I hope not. They don't model wake turbulence in this game. But if I was flying my Cessna,
1831 heavy, contact ground, 123.
I would not want to be landing
United 1831
that close
heavy.
after 777.
United 1478, runway 27, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 279, 1478. Alright. Clear to line up and wait, runway 27. Parking brakes released. Good. Lights on. And because we get on a runway environment, wing lights on. And fixed lights will come on. We're going big. Why aren't we rolling? Come on. It likes to bug out a little bit. That's okay.
Tower Delta 2 and 2, just be advised, we noticed an aircraft just kind of tumbled all over the runway.
Delta 212, roger, I saw. I think he's on the center line now.
Roger.
Starlink 27 Whiskey, contact ground, 123.9, or good day.
123.9, apologies about that.
United 1478, wind 280 at 3, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27. Transponder is on TARA, and parking brake is released. Perfect. Take off the set. Big knots. 100 cross checks go. Not yet.
V1 take.
Delta 212, runway 27, line up and wait.
27, line up and wait, Delta 2 and 2.
Gear up.
United 1478, contact SoCal departure, 128.05, good day.
128.05, United 1478. SoCal United 1478 with you at 1000, climbing for flight level 230. Alright. ones. We checked. Oh, I have the wrong frequency in. That's why. SoCal departure United 1478 with you at 1,900, climbing for flight level 230, climbing via the Zoo 3 RNAV departure.
United 1478, SoCal departure, radar contact.
Alright, break off. Gear is up, no lights. Gear off.
Southwest 507.
Pops up, no lights.
SoCal roger, runway 15, taxi to Alpha, cross runway 8. Runway 15, That's SoCal, California 102. Go ahead. Okay, we're complete on station, like the transition to Ontario airspace. Alpha 118, roger. The transition screws will show that I'm San Bernardino. Okay, California 118.
Yeah, of course I do. Welcome back. Yeah. Of course I remember your name. I just departed San Diego and I'm flying United 737-800 to Bush International Airport in Houston, Texas.
Departure Delta 212, passing 2000.
Delta 212, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb via the SID.
I will climb via the SID, Delta 212.
SoCal departure, good afternoon, good morning, sorry, Skyway 3951, leaving 1,000 for 5,000 via the dot.
Channel 3951, SoCal departure, radar contact, take a look. For now, climb via the dot departure.
Getting a magenta line.
Yeah, the dot departure, Skyway 3951.
Alright, pass through 10,000. And we does not appear to be, there's a couple clouds in front of us, so we'll just leave continuous thrust on until we get out of visible moisture, and wing light will come off. Perfect. Flight attendants, start your service. Whoa, okay. Don't exactly know why that happened, but...
Walker 3792 Heavy, leaving my airspace Los Angeles Center offline, frequency change approved today.
There we go.
For Econ, Walker 3972, yeah.
The challenge of not having an FO, I can't have anybody help me do stuff. Alright, past 10,000.
Skyway 3951, clear direct PV.
Clear direct PV, Skyway 3951, AP1 is off.
United 1478, leaving my airspace Los Angeles Center closed, frequency change approved, good day.
Over to Unicom, see ya.
Delta 2523, the wind 190 at 5, from a 20 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 20 right, Delta 2523.
Departure, good evening.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and go. Monday. Perfect. Anyway. Okay, so it is clearing up a little bit in Houston. Alright, we're going to maintain at level 350. Alright, passing to 180, standard 1, 2, and 3. And it's off. Flight attendants have already started their services. And we're going to be heading. Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, scenes, I get very task saturated easily. Well, not easily, but I have gotten task saturated on approach and departures a couple times before in the sim, just because so much stuff is going on. But Thank you. Yeah, I can definitely imagine how busy going into airports like Newark can be. Especially because, I mean, I've never experienced so much traffic even in the sim. I almost can't imagine it because, I mean, the airport I fly out of in real life in my Cessna, I mean, we have the busiest it's been is we had 6 planes in the pattern, and we just left the pattern, did a 360, and then waited for them to depart or go back in, whatever they were doing. That was really it. Yeah, I think the most recent case I had where I got really task saturated, I was approaching Newark, and I like to hand fly every single approach. Something I started doing kind of recently, but I just personally believe you can't get better at flying if you don't fly. So I try to hand fly every approach, and when I first started doing it, it was really hard for me to do everything. Now it's better, but I had the worst approach ever. And I got so task saturated going into Newark, and the landing was terrible. But I definitely, didn't let myself get that bad. Huh. Yeah. Really? Well, wait, hold on. Yeah, that's kind of crazy because I thought they only really did that at like Oshkosh, watching people fly in on YouTube. I thought that was really just like an Oshkosh thing where they tell you just rock your wings. That's crazy that they don't tell you to read it back even at the busier. Like, normally, in some airports, I thought that was just something like special to Oshkosh. Of course, not rocking your wings, but just no response. That's pretty cool. I wish it did. No. I just get to hear their little chime. No, but if I want a cup of coffee or tea, I just text my mom like, hey Mom, can I please have some tea please? Make some. Thank you. I am very excited though to go to the airlines because I can't wait to have a plane that has air conditioning. I mean, because I was flying last Wednesday in Zephyr Hills. It was 94 or around 94, 92 maybe at about 10 a.m. And we had to do 2 full stops because we had this stupid little gyrocopter in front of us. And he wouldn't let us go in front. We asked, he wouldn't let us. So we follow him in the pattern, and instead of doing our standard typical craft pattern, we did a 3-mile final. Give this guy extra room. And I mean, when we touched down, he's like, yeah, oh yeah, I gave you guys plenty of space. And we're like, dude, we're in a Cessna 172 and you're making 23 horsepower. We're gonna run you over. Like, this isn't gonna work well. So we went to a full stop, and I made the mistake of not cracking my window while my instructor had his door open, and man, it got so hot. It was so funny. But, you know, I love the gyrocopter guys. I could never do it. They're pretty awesome. They're cool little aircraft. Would I personally fly N1? No, that'd scare me. But I think they're cool. Yeah. I don't personally see a desire to it. Like you said, yeah. I mean, to me, they look kind of almost flimsy. Like, I feel like one wrong gust of wind and your parasail or like paraglider top thing's just gonna come right off. I prefer to be in a Cessna personally. No, do you think it's worth getting a glider rating or getting rated to fly gliders? I mean, of course not right now. I'm working towards my PPL, but I will have a little bit of time before I go to college because I'm trying to go to FIT so I can go to the United Aviate Academy. Problem is, I'm going to be too young when I graduate high school. I'm graduating at 16. I have to be 17 to move away to FIT for the year. I'll probably get my PPL before I go. I was always wondering if I should get my glider rating. My instructor would hate me though. He can't stand gliders. Alright, just approaching our level 3. And cabin altitude is still good. And we're slightly climbing, but not outrageous climbing. Yeah. Well, I think I should, just so I can practice the power management aspect to it. But they fly out of Zephyr Hills. I would just need to do it when I'm not with my instructor, because the gliders are a tiny bit annoying for us, just because, I mean, we have to, it feels like perpetually get out of their way. And they're never in a good spot for us, so. But it's okay, we always listen. But they're like the birds, and love that they're... And that all the thermals somehow seem to be in the traffic pattern. That's cool. Yeah, Zephyr Hills, we got it all. We got skydiving, sorry about that, gliders, and gyrocopters, all kinds of stuff. We are approaching some icing, so we kept the continuous ignition on. Another reason why I kept it on is because we were supposed to be flying through icing all the way until cruise. And saturated air temperatures -37, not that -40. Yeah. Definitely, because in the big jets, it seems very easy to, not right, want to go past it. P50, set 1, 2, 3 times. Good. It seems very easy to come in high on energy, high and fast. Seems really easy. I don't find it as easy to get below the power curve, but definitely it's a lot easier to come in high and fast. And I guess my Cessna per se, because we can't exactly we can't put the 737 into a forward slip her down to get that airspeed to bleed. All right. So the saturated air temp right now is -41. But here's my question. Because we're right below visible moisture, would we keep the anti-ice on even if we're at -41? Or would you turn it off? $1 million question. Okay, yeah. Perfect. give it just a second before I release the passengers. It still appears we're hitting a little bit of chop, and then once we're out, it'll be good. Alright. It's a little bumpy, so we're going to leave it off for just a little bit longer. This is where I personally prefer to sit, or I like to go one row back. Step away for just a minute. I'm gonna go grab a drink and a lemon and a snack. Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like the biggest issue you guys would have too is, like you said, guessing. Going into busier airports like Newark or LAX, they probably would try to hold you up longer than, as long as possible, right? Like they're gonna hold you at your cruise altitude longer, and they're gonna like do step distance in a way. But I mean, I guess now the VSD is probably going to be the most helpful for that, right? Like correcting for high energy, you can't exactly, it doesn't exactly tell you, but you can pretty much infer if you're going to be high energy or not. Yeah. Now, what happens if you can't make the restriction and you don't tell them? Like, typically, if you tell them, hey, I'm not going to be able to make 280 knots at this waypoint, they can typically allot you around. But if you don't let them know, what you have to file a incident report, or is it more so you talk to the chief pilot and say, hey, this is what happened? He goes, all right, the next time. Important that we don't bust it. Hopefully, we'll see. The weather's looking pretty good in Houston right now. There's absolutely no wind. Kind of hoping for a little bit of crosswind, but that should come in wintertime. Any landing with a crosswind's a fun land. Okay, yeah. So it's pretty much the same event like when you're climbing out. So you're climbing out, you gotta speed, it's because of course in the United States it's 250 below 10,000 unless you ask for a high speed climb out. Like a lot of the 777s and A380s and 74s need that, right? Because they're so heavy when they take off. Their flap up maneuvering speed is actually above 250. How far can you go if you go like 251 knots or 253 for maybe 5 seconds? Can you just correct for it? Do you still have to file a report for that, or is it going like 256 and 257 and above? That one you'd have. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I try to climb out at 250, but sometimes, I mean, I'll look away to run something, or I hit 251 knots or 250. Okay. You know, that kind of stuff, I necessarily don't have to worry about in the Cessna. I will never hit 250 knots. And if I am, something's gone very wrong. Or I have the best tailwind. Ground speed. know, personally, I much prefer the Evo Blue livery to the Continental merger livery. But something about that retro Continental livery, so awesome. I have a picture. Here it is. Something about the Continental retro Continental just looks so awesome. I like the United Battleship Gray though too. I think it's pretty awesome as well. Plain. All right, perfect. Like we're gonna start smoothing out. We smooth out pretty well. Ladies and gentlemen, seatbelt signs have been turned off, but we are going to ask you while you are seated, please keep your seatbelt safe and fastened in case we hit unexpected rough air. You now are free to move about the cabin. Thank you. Yeah, something about it is just like calls to me. It just looks so awesome. Get up, and then I'm gonna be like, bro, you should get on my way. What the call sign is. His ground speed is 463. We're doing 463. Alright, so we can hold together then. Fine. Oh, it's a shame. So I am going to actually have to go for a little bit. I'm going to go to the store with my mom. Sorry about that. I really try not to do flights when I have to go, because I typically just stay and watch it. That's a little annoying. But I want to go to the store with my mom too. But I am going to wait until we use up all the center tank fuel. Don't want to leave the plane with me. Out, but we are slowly dwindling on these center tanks, so once they come out, cut them off. I'm gonna have to a little bit for my mom to help her out. have this. I'm gonna. Alright, well. And I will see you guys later. See ya.